It's Food O'Clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and it seems like McDonald's in the UK are getting more and more kind of accustomed to the British tradition. Now, the British tradition is kind of like bacon rolls, which they brought out last year, but today they brought out the new breakfast roll. Now, breakfast rolls are something that you just gotta love. I love a breakfast roll. I have one at least once a week. So when I heard McDonald's was bringing out a breakfast roll, I was all over that. I was like down there. The queues were massive in the drive-through. So I think lots of people ordering them. It was £3.78. I actually asked the lovely people in McDonald's. They said, do you want an extra hash brown for £1? I said, I'll have the hash brown if you put it inside my roll. And they were like, yeah, no problem. No problem at all. They said, do you want red or brown sauce? Of course, I went for brown sauce. So what you get? So the hash brown is extra. It's £1 extra. So you get cheese, a sausage patty, hash brown, egg, and some bacon in a roll. There you go, in a nice bun. It's more like a burger roll, if you like. I would have liked, you know, a proper long breakfast roll. That would have been an amazing thing. But for £3.78, it's not bad. So let's get into this then. It's lovely. Really nice. The egg, the bacon, the hash brown, the bread's lovely. Just getting into that sausage patty as well. A little bit of added flavour. It's all come together. This is good. Now, nearly halfway through already. Number one, because I'm hungry. And number two, I want to get into this view. How different is it from a British burger van style breakfast roll? Well, I reckon for one, black pudding. Black pudding in a breakfast roll for me is a cert. Also tomatoes and beans. I have beans and tomatoes in my breakfast roll. A good old kind of jumbo sausage in a breakfast roll doesn't go amiss either. But the fact that McDonald's they're listening, you know, they know, they're learning from our habits. They're kind of just bringing, or the UK's habits of breakfast rolls. Building site breakfast rolls. If you work on a big enough building site, I worked on a place called Culverhouse Cross, and they were building back in the day, in the 1990s this was. 1998. Curry's, PC World, Carpet Right, Allied Carpets, that sort, you know, your big out of town units on the edge of town there. In every town you see them. If it's a big enough building site, you will have a burger van on the building site. There's enough people for that man to make a bit of business. And I used to love, you know, getting into work at 7:30 in the morning, freezing cold, get some work done, 2.5 hours work in the morning done, and then bang, maybe nip over quietly to the burger van, tell them your order, 9:30, tell them what you want, or over the months, if you're there building it, they come accustomed to what you want, so they just make it for you anyway. That's your British kind of standard breakfast roll. So how does this compete? Now, because I work from home, my local burger van it's actually about 200 yards away from McDonald's, and it's closer. Again, black pudding, beans, sausage, egg, hash browns in there like this. What's gonna make me drive past my local burger van, ignore their breakfast roll and buy one from a massive American company? Well, for a start, this is cheaper. A breakfast roll, a decent breakfast roll with all the trimmings, is about 5 or 6 quid these days. This is £3.78. So if you're on a budget, if you haven't got much money one day, this is your breakfast roll. The egg's nice. Again, it's a McDonald's style egg, so you don't get any runny egg there. I like the addition of cheese. Cheese is more, I think, an American thing for breakfast, and that seems to work. Their bacon has improved. McDonald's bacon has improved. The sausage is nice. Everything just works. The hash brown in there is a must. I reckon you'd be slightly disappointed if you didn't pay an extra £1 for the hash brown in there. It makes a massive difference. Of course, brown sauce makes a massive difference. The roll is nice and sweet and fresh. It's a lovely, lovely breakfast roll. Here's one though. Is it better than the McDonald's breakfast wrap? That's a really interesting thought. I'd forgotten about that until this very moment. Because you get a hash brown in the breakfast wrap. I think if you bought it on its own, without the extra hash brown, the bacon roll, the breakfast roll even, I think the breakfast wrap wins hands down. Get your hash brown in this breakfast roll. I think it's about the same. It's about the same as ordering a breakfast wrap. It's nice. It's very nice. Question is, is it filling? There's some people out there, including myself, that generally eats during the day once. I'll eat during the day once. Pardon me. Is that enough now? I've eaten at 10:30 in the morning. Is that breakfast roll enough to keep me going until Mel gets home from work at 6 o'clock tonight? That's like 6.5 hours. I think that's right. My maths, is that right? My maths. 6 is 7.5 hours. It's 7.5 hours. Is that breakfast roll enough to keep me till 6 o'clock tonight? I reckon by 3 o'clock, I'll be looking for 3 o'clocksies. I'll be looking for a cup of coffee and a few digestive biscuits just to tie me over to 6 o'clock. But it's really not a bad effort from McDonald's. I think you're getting real value for money for the £3.78 you pay. It's actually £2.78 or £2.79. But I went for the extra hash brown, which was made it up to £3.78, and it's well worth that extra pound. It makes a massive difference to your breakfast roll. It really does. I reckon I would pardon me. Get to the critical part and I start coughing. I reckon I would be disappointed if it was a breakfast roll without the hash brown in it. I reckon I'd be definitely disappointed, pardon me, with that. Because I made that right choice and put it in there. I like it enough to give it, it's an 8 out of 10 for me. It's a really good effort from McDonald's. 8 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. I like the fact that McDonald's are kind of leaning towards our British traditions. You know, they're leaning into that breakfast roll market. They're competing in a very, very, I mean, there's nothing quite like a hot pan. You know, when you see the burger vans, you got the hot plate, and they got all the sausages on there and the burgers, and they give it a little kind of wipe with a scraper. They don't like completely clean it, so you're getting a lot of burnt ends on there, and you're getting your crispy bits from the previous sausage, and it's just good. A breakfast roll from a burger van is really good. If I wanted to fill myself up all day, I'd have a breakfast roll from a burger van. £5-6, black pudding, beans, massive kind of roll. It's twice the size as McDonald's. But for the money, pretty good. £3.78 with a hash brown. 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.